This is the GameSir T4N Lite, also known as the GameSir Nova Lite, and I purchased this controller so that I could play with my iOS devices, and so I have played it, or I have used it with my iPhone 14 Pro Max, and now more recently with the iPad Pro and 5, and this works just great. So if that's all you wanted to know, it does work great with those devices, but there's more to it, so let's just get on with the video. As you can see, this is an Xbox style controller. It has pretty much the same shape and design as an Xbox controller. Obviously, if you put it side by side, it's going to be a little bit different, not as big as the Xbox controller, but it does have the overall design, and it's really comfortable. It does not have any programmable buttons, so it is just the basic controls. And again, the layout of the Xbox controller. It used to have the GameSir logo right here in the center and the multifunction button, but I use it so much that it's already wiped out. All right, so it is a very comfortable controller with the old, the features that you would expect from a basic controller. Very affordable as well. Now, this is a wireless controller, but it also works wired. I'm going to get into it a little bit more into detail in just a second. But yeah, it does come in a case that has pretty much the same shape as the controller, which protects it rather well. So if you like to take this on your backpack or wherever, you can use that case and it's gonna protect it just fine. The case also has space for the dongle because it does have a USB-A dongle, which, let me get it. And it's this one right here. So this is the dongle that comes with the Nova Lite, and it is a USB-A dongle, as you can see. And it works really well as well. So I have tested this with the iPhone as well as the iPad, and it works perfectly. However, I tend to default to using it either with Bluetooth or with a USB cable. As you can see, it has a USB slot right here. So you can connect this USB-C to either a Lightning cable or a USB-C to USB-C or USB-C to USB-A, and that's gonna work just fine. So I'm gonna give you a demo how it works with an iPad via Bluetooth connection. So let me just show you this game right here. So this is an Amazon friendly game because when I play Call of Duty on Amazon, they don't like it. So yeah, this is Super Bear Adventures called, and I was trying to move it without actually turning on the controller. So I just press and hold for a second, and it's gonna show the blue LED. It's going to blink a couple of times, and when it's solid, it means that the connection has been made. Now this is it's blue because it's connected via Bluetooth, and it has different colors depending on which method of connecting you are using. So as you can see, it works just fine. There is the expected latency of a Bluetooth controller, so it is not zero latency. So it's actually very hard to tell that there is even any latency at all. It is so low, even through Bluetooth, that it works just fine. I mean, I've never had any issues on this game. This game is a very simple game, but it does have, some acrobatics that you can do when you combine several presses of the buttons. And I've never had any issues with this controller, causing me to not be able to do a special move or get to a certain place or position in the game due to the latency. I have played a lot of Call of Duty with this controller with absolutely no issues, and with a game like Call of Duty, because it is competitive, then you would expect to have the least latency possible. Now, when you use the dongle, you can expect the latency to be a little bit better, not by much, but it is a little bit better. Again, not by much. I don't know what else to tell you about that. Just that it is such a little difference that I usually just play with this on Bluetooth, right? And if you want zero latency, then you can just connect it via USB to whatever device you want to use it. If you want to use it with the iOS devices or an iPad, then let me see if I have a USB-C cable so I can show you. So hopefully the cable is not too short, then I'm going to mess it up a little bit. And as you can see, the LED turned red, and that means that it is connected to the device via, I think it's X input mode. So yeah, as you can see, it works just fine. And again, if there is any latency, it is not noticeable. I mean, if it is USB, it is definitely zero latency, that I can tell you. So things to note, if you buy this controller and you see that you connected it to your iOS device, if the LED is not red, it means that it's connected in a different mode and it might not work. So let me see if I can show you how to change it. For example, when you press and hold these two buttons right here, so it would be select and start, or the equivalent of select and start, these two. As you can see, the color changed and now the controller does not work. I think this is the default mode when you first buy your controller. And by the way, it will remember whatever setting you had. So if you connect it to your iOS device and it's not responding, then all you need to do is press and hold these two buttons right here and make sure that it turns red. And right now it's green. This is another mode. I don't remember what the yellow and green LEDs mean in regards to the USB mode, but these two won't work. So just keep and hold it, press and hold again until it turns red as it is now. And as you can see, it does respond properly. As for Bluetooth, let's see, right now I just disconnected it and it turned off. So as you can see, it's not going to work right now. So you want to connect it via Bluetooth, you press and hold this and the B button. And as you can see, it is blinking again on blue and it should go back to connecting. And here you go. It is now connected wirelessly via Bluetooth. There are other modes. For example, if you press and hold this and press A, it's going to also enable a Bluetooth connection to a Android device. And if you do that, then on Android, you can download the GameSir app and you can tweak a few of the settings and, you know, change the firmware. You can upgrade the firmware and stuff like that. If you want to upgrade the firmware with an iOS device, you have to connect it via Bluetooth for some reason. I don't know why it doesn't work for that with the USB connection, but I digress. Anyway, I did notice that when the firmware was upgraded, that the layout for some reason was detected in iOS as a DualShock controller instead of an Xbox controller. That was after the firmware upgrade. So I didn't intentionally upgrade the firmware. I knew that would happen. And I opened the app on iOS and it upgraded the firmware without me telling it to upgrade it. So I was a little bit frustrated with that, or annoyed. But yeah, it still works just fine. It's just that on the screen, sometimes you will see like the X, square, triangle, and circle instead of the X, A, B, X, and Y. So a little bummed about that, but it is what it is. The game itself, the controller itself works perfectly. Like I mentioned, I do play either this or, let me see if I can get to the game center. Is it this? I can play Minecraft. I don't know if it's gonna take too long to load, but it does work perfectly. I do play Minecraft with my toddler a lot, and I have zero issues, as you can see, playing with this controller. So it works great. And I think you can tell it does show a triangle icon instead of the Y button right here. So I find that annoying. Honestly, I don't know why they went with DualShock instead of just sticking to the Xbox layout. Maybe licensing issue, I don't know. But they already had it and they had to change it for some reason. I'm gonna connect it to USB again. Now it's red, meaning that it is X input. However, here it doesn't show me the Y button, just the top button right here. So that's interesting. It does tell me which position of the button is action does, and it does correspond properly in terms of the button layout. So it works perfectly well. So everything that you would expect from the controller works great. Right, so a very easy recommendation. This is a very affordable controller, and I had zero issues, except for the minor troubleshooting when I had to choose or figure out how to connect it. But this one was way easier for me to figure out how to connect as opposed to the other one from GameSir that I have, which is the Tegenaria, the T3 Lite. This one I had to do a ton of troubleshooting, and I almost thought that I had wasted my money on this one because I did have some trouble plugging it, getting it to work. If you want to see my review on this one, I also have the video up. So it does work perfectly, by the way. I'm not saying not to buy this one. It does work perfectly, but and I do tell you how to set it up with the iPad on that video, but it took me a while to get there. So if you watch the video, then you will not have to troubleshoot that much. So yeah. So this is the Nova Lite. I know that there is a newer version of this one, so you might want to check it out. I don't expect much to change from this one. However, if you are considering this one, then you will definitely be happy with this controller. So a very easy recommendation from me. So I hope that this video was helpful. Hope to see you in the next one. And until then, may God bless you all.